Hello everyone, I'm Rico Flores here, me with Franco Lozano, the plant collector. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Franco Lozano. I really love collecting plants and raising plants, and I've been collecting them for about 5 years now.
So you've been actively collecting plants for the past 5 years, but what actually started your passion for collecting them?
Well, my family definitely was a great influence on me, especially my grandmother. Growing up, I would always help her water the plants. I would help my mom too, and my aunts and uncles water their plants as well. So they kind of just started their influence of my family.
Now, looking around the room, it seems like you have quite a bit of plants. How many would you say you have in your collection?
Right now, I'm probably sitting at about 100 plants or so, um, which seems like a lot, but is never enough for me.
I noticed some were recently bought since they're still in their nursing pots. But what characteristics do you look for when you want to bring home a new plant?
Honestly, if I'm out shopping at a nursery or HEB or Walmart or wherever, if it looks cool enough for me, then I'll buy it. Or if I've been eyeing that certain plant on Pinterest or Instagram or wherever.
All your plants look pretty healthy. Do you have any recommendations on keeping them thriving?
I find that if you research what kind of requirements your plant needs to survive, is really helpful. Finding out how much light they need, if they need a lot of light or a little light, if they need more frequent watering or less, um, and just giving them what they want. Once you do that, they pretty much thrive on their own.
Now, I know when collecting a lot of plants, pests and insects can be a big issue. Do you have any recommendations on keeping them away?
My number one piece of advice is to just make sure they don't come in the first place. It's a lot easier to prevent than it is to treat. Um, One of the little things that I do is getting tea tree oil, like a few drops of tea tree oil, putting that in a bottle with water and spraying that on all of my plants. Um, the strong scent is really uncomfortable for small creatures like insects, so they stay away once I use the spray. Um, Another thing that I do is just to make sure I'm watering correctly. If you water too much, I find that it can attract pests like fungus, like certain kinds of fungus or insects. Um, so I try to make sure that the surface of the soil is very dry before watering again. And I find that helps keep pests away.
It seems like you put in a lot of work in taking care of your plants. Which one would you say would be the hardest to take care of?
The plant group that has given me the most trouble are probably the calatheas, just because they're very finicky when it comes to their water and their light. They like to have high levels of humidity as well, so they're pretty demanding. And if you don't give them what they want, they can die off pretty quickly. I've lost so many plants because I haven't gotten to them in time. Um, I didn't look for the signs early enough, and they die very fast.
When people have large collections, they always say they don't have favorites, but they actually do. Which one would you say would be your favorite plant and why?
Right now, I'm really into my pitcher plant. He's my favorite plant. I've kind of always been into the carnivorous plants too. They're just really unique, and they just look very cool to me. They kind of remind me of aliens, so that's probably why I gravitate towards them more than anything.
And now, before we end, is there any advice you're willing to share about collecting plants?
Just don't get discouraged when when you lose a couple plants along the way. Um, this is a whole journey. You can always buy more plants, so don't get too upset if one of them just randomly dies on you, or you just don't take care of it properly. It's a whole learning lesson, so don't get discouraged. It's fine.
Thank you for sharing your plant insight and giving me a moment of your time.
Thank you.